Hey, everybody, welcome to Real Talk, Real People, Real Estate. I'm Patty with Haven Realty Group. I am here today with Darlene Baxter, Farmers Insurance. She's a broker. Um, so, welcome, Darlene.
Good morning.
And I want to read the reason we're doing this today, and we've done this before, but I had a specific question from a client, and it's about homeowners insurance and how difficult that can be right now, especially in light of all the fires. So she said, you need to do a segment if you haven't already, which we have, but this is more specific for her on home insurance. I'm seeing a lot of people on my Ring app needing new insurance because we live in the IE, she's in Riverside, or fire zones. Only few insurances are willing to take us. California Fair Plan, sadly, is way too expensive. So, Darlene, what can we tell them? How can we
Okay.
help them?
So what we do when we receive an address is we put it into our farmers. I'm a farmer's agent, but I also have the ability to broker outside of farmers. So if farmers says, no, we won't take this risk, I can go shop it.
And
So
everybody, that's just like having a really good lender that's also a broker. You have more options. You're not
the
stuck
best
with
of both
just one thing.
worlds.
Yes.
Yeah, you really do because brokers cannot sell farmers. And Farmers is one of the only large carriers of our stature offering insurance in California right now. And we have opened up our zip codes to take on more risk. So if I can get someone in a farmer's policy, I'm always doing that. So what we do is we put them into our farmers system and we see what the fire line score is and what the protection class is. And if farmers says, hey, we're only going to do the DIC, we need a fair plan for the
Okay,
fire.
what's a DIC?
A DIC is a difference in conditions. It's everything except fire. Well,
Okay,
fair
there you
plan is
go.
fire and wind. So for an example, fire and wind over here with fair plan, farmers would be liability, theft, vandalism, sudden burst of water. Water's our number one claim
Sudden burst
throughout.
of water from what kind of source?
Like a toilet backs up into the kid or into
Plumbing.
the
Okay,
house.
not a act of God.
No, not an act of God. No,
Okay,
that would be
got it.
flood. That's flood. Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah, anything like a pipe could burst and go all over the place. But mostly we see like a toilet backs up, a sink backs up, or maybe a pipe comes off of the washing machine and floods the garage or
my mom and
whatever.
her husband came home to 5 inches of water when their washer. Should always turn your washer water off when you're done.
Yes. So now we have these water leak detectors that shut off water automatically.
That is so cool.
Big deal. We're requiring them on new business with homes over 30 years or old or high value. And Farmers has a deal, so there's a whole thing. But it's a good thing. Yeah. So what we do then
We'll do
is
another interview on that.
yes, I can send information. Um, your history with claims is a big thing too, so you want to be very careful about filing claims. Make sure you have an
Prudent.
agent. Talk to your agent first. That's why I always tell people a higher deductible is really your best way to save on homeowners insurance because a smaller deductible does not make sense because smaller claims will either get you non-renewed and you will never find insurance other than the fair plan, or you're going to be paying like $10,000 a year. I have
Wow.
people with very small claims because they didn't know better because they had an 800 number to call in and they do not advise you. They
You
just
need a
filed the claims.
person. You need an expert in this area.
Definitely do. So claims history matters. But so if from farmers, if they say no, I try a company called Homesite. Homesite now has three different choices within their program. That's a company that's brokered out. I got appointed with. And then we have some new options. One's called Lightspeed, Sage. So we really do our due diligence to go in and do what's best for the client. Sometimes the fair plan is the best option. You'd be
Really?
surprised, yeah, because a lot of these companies are saturated in areas that is causing the premium to be so expensive. So they really want to spread it out, the fair plan with a high deductible of 20,000. A lot of the times is the way we go. And we go year by year. I'm running this quote right now for
So they
your
should get
that.
quotes annually.
Oh yeah.
Don't just renew.
Yeah, right now we're looking at like a lot of people who lost their policies with AAA, State Farm, whomever, Liberty Mutual, and we have them in some of these programs like Delos, Homesite, the one I spoke about, Lightspeed. They're non-admitted companies, and we're trying to put them into an admitted company like Farmers. So
What
we
does
do
admitted
quote.
mean?
Admitted means they're financially backed, to where a non-admitted company is only financially backed by themselves. So Homesite
Oh,
has a very nice rating and has plenty of money. And they don't have to follow the rules of the state of California Department of Insurance. So really,
Interesting.
right? So the non-admitted companies are fine, but some people really want that name, that farmer's name, and to know that it's
Gives
financially
them some,
backed.
yeah,
After the LA fire, as an example, they don't want to worry, like, is my insurance company going to go bankrupt? That was a big discussion.
I'm
Now you can't
sure.
get now you can't
If a
get
smaller
permits.
company had that whole area, they could have been in trouble.
Right. So they do that saturation thing. So like home site as an example will say, hey, I have this many homes in this zip code. Today we're not going to write anymore. It could change tomorrow. It's a daily
Interesting.
thing. Yeah. So they're a really good company. I do have options for people that are dealing with not having the ability to even get a quote. I'm always looking for any company that is new to California that's writing. I'm very
Because
up
they're
to
not
date.
saturated yet.
Yeah, and if I find a company, which there hasn't been any new companies coming into California
They're
offering
going
fire.
out.
Yeah, they're leaving. So, if there is a new one and I want to know about it, I'm going to go get appointed so I can offer my clients choices. Right. But you can also, I do have that business card of mine that has the QR code that's really nice for realtors, mortgage people, because this QR code sends them to a landing page to put in some information, and then it emails me and my team, and I can get a quote for someone who's interested maybe in a property.
Okay, can you hold that up to your camera for a couple of
Yeah.
minutes so people can take a screenshot? There we go.
Can you see it?
I can. It's a little small. Can you make it a little bigger? There we
Yeah.
go. Up there. They should be able
And
to
I
grab
can,
that.
Patty, I'll send you some too.
That would be great. I could
Yeah,
use them
I'll
for
send
sure.
some, and then you can have those. There's a link to it as well. So I'm kind of like just doing a quote of the person that asked the question in that general area just to see if, and
Okay.
so far I put it in a John Doe's name, so I don't have a claim history for this particular home, but it wasn't pulling in a high fire area with farmers. But
Interesting.
sometimes the protection class can cause problems too. The protection class is how long would it take a fire truck to get to and from the property? Is it one way in, one way out? They don't like that. They don't like a cul-de-sac, so to speak, where it's just dead ends because it's hard to get to the home. They
Interesting.
want fire hydrants within 1,000 feet. And they're starting to really look at roofs. They don't like old roofs. And I know that a lot of us homeowners have been told, oh, your roof is good for 50 years. Nah, not so much anymore.
I heard or it was wherever the conversation was the other day about insurance companies using drones after properties closed to come out and check the roof and then
Most
denying
definitely.
the coverage.
Most
And
definitely.
we need to do a talk on that too.
Yeah, I mean, with AI now, they're really looking at debris in the yard. They don't like debris at all.
Yes.
Home ownership pride, like making sure you're keeping it
And keeping
clean.
your safe space around your property.
Trees touching the roof, they want it 5 feet from the roof. They do not want a tree overhanging. It has to be 5 feet. And that's true with every company.
Right.
But
Well, that's common
so
sense too.
it really is a lot of common sense, a lot of common sense with what's going on, and almost a peace of mind for you to keep your property clean. These
Absolutely.
are suggestions, and they're there for a reason. Um, but the Fair Plan is a fine company too. They're backed by all of us insurance companies, so they have
Okay.
plenty of backing. There's a lot of misinformation on that, but
So what's coming up for this property in Riverside?
Cal Fair Plan. And
Okay.
I don't know why. I'd have to go in there because the fire line score is a 0. Farmers will write up to a 3. So this probably is going to be the problem with the protection class. There must be one way in or one way out or something that they don't like. So I will now go shop it with my list of companies that I use just to see what's going
Okay,
on.
and then I'll post this on Facebook and I'll tag her, and then
Yeah.
you guys can have a conversation and you
Most
can give her some
definitely. Yeah.
options.
Yeah. And I'll get my business cards over to anyone who I'm around all the time. Ask Patty, right, Patty? I'm
Yep, we
available on the
both are.
weekends.
Yep.
So
Well,
if
Darlene, this was
people,
so great. So much good information that people need to know. And I mean, I think the most important thing is you need a broker. Don't just
you
go
really do.
online and buy your insurance. You know, the personal touch in what we do. There's Darlene's. I will put her contact information in the when I post the video as well. But having a person to help you, same thing like with home warranties. I tell my
Mhm.
clients, renew them. But when you have a problem and they give you pushback, let me step in. They're not going to push back with me. So there, and you know who to talk to and how to talk to them and how to get things, where you want them to be. So you can't beat that.
A home warranty and homeowners insurance, the line gets blurred so much. It's like
I'll bet.
people. I do videos on that myself, like the difference between a home warranty and a home homeowners insurance. Very different, but it's
Oh,
always
okay.
good.
Add that to our list. But your
Yeah,
little stuff should be your home warranty. That should be your first go-to.
that's true. And stuff like that. Homeowners insurance is more catastrophic.
Big
It's not a
stuff.
maintenance policy.
Right.
You have to maintain your
Like
house,
when you
but
said
your
toilet, it's like, okay, call your warranty or call a plumber. Just do it yourself because it's gonna be easier. But
we had a two-story house. The toilet backed up in the middle of the night and it went all down the walls into the
oh
kitchen. It was a
no.
$230,000 claim because they couldn't live in the house. It was bad. Like you'd be surprised what these,
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
wow.
So making sure you have a toilet that flushes, not just kind of flushes, because it just backs up.
Water
Because that,
pressure.
yeah, well, you gotta have that pressure. You gotta have a good
Yeah.
solid to get
Yeah.
it to
A good
work.
switch. Well, Darlene,
Yeah.
thank you so much. This was great. We'll schedule another call to do the home warranty and then also the
Yeah.
roofs and the
Yeah.
and the around your house. I think that would be really helpful.
The
All
water
right,
leak
everybody. We'll
detector.
see you next time.
Bye. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.